Okay, we had a little slight technical hitch with our ride down for the weekend, and we couldn't get our ride out there to take the camping gear, and I wasn't set up to camp on the bike, so we ended up staying in some accommodation at Baithaven, which gave us a good maybe an hour and 15 minutes to get out if we went down via Mogo. And then I had some technical issues with my GoPro. The sound wasn't working because I had a little right angle connector connecting the mic adapter to the GoPro, and the pins broke in the end of it. So the first couple of minutes this video doesn't have any audio from my GoPro, so let's put some music and narrate a little bit. So we did some drills. We did just acceleration and braking, body positioning, and then we did some turning drills. We just rode this fairly rough paddock with dips and stuff in the ground and cow patties everywhere. It was a bit of a challenge at first, but once we got used to it, it was alright. Did some turning drills, weaving around obstacles just to get body positioning, and then after that we did some little single track just to get through like a little practical play with our newly learned skills. And yeah, it was a fun little bit of single track, a little bit rough, kind of hard to follow the first time around, but once you got the hang of it, had some nice tight little corners and some little berms. In the morning on the first day it was accelerating, braking and body positioning. Then we did different combinations of braking, like front brake, then rear brake, then front and rear brake, and then front and rear brake with downshifting and engine braking. I did a bit of braking into a corner and then braking into a U-turn from speed. We were doing 70-80 k's an hour in the paddock. It was pretty good. And at the end of the first day we went out and did a big hill climb and some slightly technical trails, but mainly flowy stuff that was pretty steep. And as usual, because I couldn't plug in the mic adapter, then I had no all-day battery for my battery bank, and my GoPro ran out of batteries right at the best part, both days. But I got the main parts of the training down, which was good.
Something comes on them really quickly, like a stop sign or a corner or a culvert or something, and next thing they go off and they think brakes, and they brake from the middle of the bike. So watch that one.
Ah, that was a long one.
Yeah, see with that back brake, because it panicked, there's no way you're ever going to stop. He's got his bum right back. Look at that massive difference.
Yeah, definitely.
Like that was 30 metres difference.
Yep. Just by getting that weight over the back wheel, which then levels your bike out, you know, because it's not going like that, and it just makes the world of difference. Got your bum back there, it levels the bike out, and you're braking like that, you know.
And it stays more stable.
Because I think I can stop quickly, and that I can stay in my lane. That's how I ride. Because a little bike, you can flick them around, you can go off the road and hop over something or whatever. You can't do that on these. You've got to make sure that you can stop the thing quickly, and you make sure you can stay on your line. GPS or whatever, right? And then when the bike goes up over those mounds, make sure you let the bike pivot. So you'll let the bike go up the hill, hit the jump, get down like that. And when you're on the downhill side, get on the gas to get some momentum back. Not crazy throttle, so you know you're like this.
Down there, fuck me, this is going to be fun. Done well. Fucking first.
Oh, yeah.
Between the hole and you have to push it.
Yeah, but it's just linear.
It's so smooth now.
The motor's outstanding. And they're about 4 horsepower down on the MT-07.
Water in it yesterday. Fucking ass just got wet.
get yourself wedged at the front of the bike and that smooth throttle, okay, and fingers on the clutch so you can monitor it. But that's the reverse on the way down. Body's right back and you're just really steady on the brakes. You don't want lock up.
Stiff, like coming down there, and then you were actually like leaning forward.
Yeah.
You know, coming down a hill, I get myself in that.
Yeah, I was trying to stick my arse out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got that awkward speed where that's a bit too slow.
No momentum.
Yeah, now a little bit faster.
Ah. Bit steep for me. I probably shouldn't have ridden up there. Oh. Huh? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I rode down that way. I rode up and I thought, yeah, I'm going to just stop and go have a look out for a ride down, and I fucking couldn't get off my bike. It's like with rocks in the grass everywhere. I got stuck up there.
Road expert.
Ah, it's all right, man. You got to go somewhere first. I've only been doing this for a bit over a year.
Yeah. Got you into
And riding in groups definitely fucking helps. When I'm even now, I group ride, and I had plenty of confidence before I group rode, and then I was saying I got stuck up the top of that fucking mountain, or that one over there, and then my confidence went out the fucking window. And I group ride and do shit that I'd never fucking do, but then when I'm by myself, I'm like, I'm not riding down that. But I'd ride down it if there's 5 blokes with me. I don't give a fuck. But when I'm on my own, no way.
it a bit easier if you go up higher.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so once you come up and you realise you're not going to make it, try to get yourself on that angle a little bit, and make sure you stall the bike.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that's what I just.
Yeah,
I
because see
went
your
to
front
stall
wheel
and I bloody
skid.
pulled the clutch. Yeah.
Yeah, if you just grab your front brake, you're going to go down
Oh,
just
I've
as
done
quick
it
as you
before,
come up.
yeah.
So I always just stall my bike,
Yeah.
then go rightio.
So it's just,
so,
you know,
but
the
if you go at the
automatic
top,
habit, pulled the clutch,
Yeah,
and then I was like,
yeah,
fuck, I meant
yep,
to stall, and I ended
yep.
up turning it off with the switch.
That's good. The biggest trick when you're doing this first bit is to make sure your front wheel turns.
Yeah.
Because if you lock it, it'll just keep skidding
Yeah,
straight.
it's fucking slide sideways.
Yeah. So with your clutch and all your brakes, you slowly let it walk around without it skidding.
Yeah. Skidding equals sliding faster downhill. I found that out the hard way up on the mountain here. First bit, I got stuck in big marbles, like real big ones, and then I just spent the next 10 minutes trying not to go up an embankment because it was off camber. And it was like a 5 metre drop, and I just went full panic stations and just fucked up and spent 40 minutes there just jammed in weather hotter than this.
He likes doing it backwards. Are you doing it backwards on purpose or?
Down through a creek, there'll be 100 metres of sand with big ghoulies in it usually or whatever. So stick to the four-wheel drive track because it'll be firmer, it'll be more packed down. Look at the end of the causeway and stand up and get your weight back, because especially if you've got a tyre like that, you don't have to hit very deep sand and they'll just go and dig themselves a hole. So you've got to go in with a little bit of momentum, got to keep that rear wheel driving, and you've got to keep the front wheel light. So it's exactly opposite of what we taught you all day yesterday about getting weight on the front.
Go back.
If you're in sand, you've got to have weight on the rear. You can sit down and put the outriggers out if you want to, if that's more comfortable. But it will be better if you stand up because you can get your weight back further. Okay. And the biggest thing is to look where you want to go, not look down at all the stuff and get distracted. And you know, stop, take a deep breath, you know, and then just basically have a crack at it. It'll go faster and it'll be easier.
Huge difference with that front.
We go
Yeah, probably a little bit too
too
slow.
slow. Yeah, definitely
A
too
little bit
slow.
slower and get,
You went a little bit slow and then
Yeah.
you looked at that.
Yeah, I did.
Look up there.
That's exactly what I did. never turned it off. I
Yeah,
always leave it on the lowest setting and
Yeah.
do dumb shit like that.
Yeah, and that's like I say, that's the problem. It's going
Yeah, you could hear
trying to
it.
stop it spinning. Yeah.
I'm like, burn! It's going blah, 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 blah.
No, you'll find the bike with it off will do lots of really good things.
Yeah, I know, that's the problem. I'm a bit worried about those good things on places where I don't want it to be doing good things.
Let's go, Chris.
Huh?
Let's go.
Yeah, I forgot to turn my traction control off and it was like, That's better.
So is that with the traction control off?
Yeah, heaps better.
Difference.
Fuck, that was close.
forward. But then just the fatigue, if you're on a trail like that and you're hitting stuff and you're just reactive, the thing's just coming up and belting through you, it outweighs it if you just stand up on that stuff. Like this road here, 90% of it now you could sit down, but 3 months ago it was all washed out and fucked and I didn't sit down at all. So it's just look, scan ahead a couple hundred metres, if it's smooth, have a seat. And as soon as the corners get tight or it starts to get rough, just stand up.
Beautiful area. It's got some good riding trails, though a lot of it's on private property, so if you want to go and ride them, you're going to have to go and sit the course, and I highly recommend it. The staff are very friendly, they're down to earth, it's humble and straight to the point, and you get some really good technical training. They do a lot of one-on-one, so we go out and ride a drill, we get a demonstration, then an explanation, then we go and practice it, and then they critique us and tell us where we could improve and where we're doing well, and then we have another go, and then we have a guy will come and have a chat to you quickly and go, alright, try this, try that, and it's great. And there's like creek crossings and weirs and everything within 5 seconds ride of the property. It's a great area. I highly recommend doing this course, even if you've been riding for years and you've got it all dialed in. You'll go here, you will definitely pick something up, even if it's something you already know that you've just put in the back of your mind and you don't do so often anymore. I found myself riding a lot better even after the first morning. This is the place to go, just to drill the fundamentals back into your riding repertoire, into your bag of tricks, whatever you want to call it. I recommend it. I'm going to go back again in cooler weather so I can have a better go at it.